Hey guys, it's Jack. It's FTMKingdom. It's Thursday. This week's topic is coming out of work, and that was my delightful girlfriend burping. Um, right, coming out of work. Since okay, well, when I actually realised I was trans, I was still working at Weatherspoons of all places, which was really rubbish. Um, I didn't want to come out in a job, um, especially where a lot of people had established me as a lesbian and a girl and whatever, and they appeared to be the type of people that wouldn't entirely comprehend it and just would constantly ask rude questions, things like that. So instead, I got another job, and I was a support worker, and that was absolutely fine. When I was, I basically wrote it on my CV that I'm trans, so my legal name is this, while my preferred name is Jack. Um, yeah, and that was okay. Apart from when I got a phone call like to arrange an interview, the recruitment person was like just incredibly offensive, to be honest. She was like, "Yeah, we had a trans woman once, and that was quite difficult because obviously she still had a penis." Cause basically when in like support working, generally the male um, people that aren't support workers, like the people with learning disabilities basically, um, who are guys, girls and boys can work with them. But because of, I guess, like sexual abuse cases and things, when it's when the person with learning disabilities is female, then it's just females. So she was like, yeah, it's quite strange, because we don't really know how to place her. But at least you seem to be doing it the right way, basically saying that somehow FTMs are better than MDFs, which is nice and transphobic and probably slightly sexist of her. Um, but yeah, that was pretty much the only thing that happened. I mean, a lot. There was a trans woman actually who was an agency worker, so we didn't see her that much. But a lot of people that I was usually with had already met her. Um, so, kind of, I guess the kind of trans questions were kind of already over with. Um, so that was alright. No one was really, offensive or anything. No one really brought it up much. Most people knew, but just kind of ignored it and pretended it you know, wasn't an issue and things. And then since that job, I've only had the job I'm in now, which I came out to again, still same for my CV. It's it's just on my CV, which I think, I don't know. I've been applying for loads of jobs and no one's got back to me, so I'm not sure if that might be it or just because no one's like they've got the right people with the right qualifications or whatever. Um, but yeah, with the job I'm in now, it was absolutely fine. No one said anything. My starting day, I got, because it was through a job agency. They were like, "Oh, can you just come here 5 minutes beforehand?" So I went there, and they were like, "Oh, they just want to kind of make sure that you're comfortable, and if anyone says anything to you about your transition, if anyone kind of they just want to make you as comfortable as possible, so blah." And I was like, okay, that's pretty sweet. And then when I went in after the end of my first day, um, I got called in to to like a room with two of the managers, and they were like, I don't know what it was like in your old workplace, but we recommend that you probably use disabled toilets. And I was like, well, no, I'm fine with using the guys' toilets. That's what I've kind of done a lot of the time. Mm, yeah. Well, if you want to, you can use the disabled toilets. No, it's fine. I'll use the guys' toilets. Yeah, we just recommend that you use the disabled toilets. It might make you feel more comfortable. So I was like, right, okay. And I then found out later that that was the kind of, I guess, CEO of the building or whatever. had basically said that, apart from misgendering me, he said that I was pretending to be a man, and obviously I wouldn't be able to use female toilets because obviously I'm pretending to be a man. But if I used the male's toilets, then people might get a bit confused, which was super nice. But to be perfectly honest, half the time I do use guys' toilets anyway, because fuck them, I will do what I want. And every time I've been in there and seen people, no one's said anything, or you know, because surprisingly enough, no one gives a shit. But yeah, most of Kelly's singing to me. Yeah, but most of the people I work with, I mean, I'm very open about my transition. You know, a lot, like, most people know. No one cares. It's just a non-issue really to a lot of the people I work with. I mean, I remember we had this one guy who was working with us who was 18, but he had such a baby face. He had, like, no facial hair or anything like that. And he was like, oh, I've never been able to grow a beard, or, like, I don't have any facial hair. So, you know, we were just checking out. I was like, oh, when I go on hormones, you can have half. And he was like, yeah, sweet. Just things like that. I mean, people just kind of accept me as a person who happens to be trans as well, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I've never really had any problems, but I guess that's kind of because I'm quite open about talking about it, and kind of explaining things to people. But do you have to be so loud? Yeah.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I haven't really had any problems with it. I think I wouldn't have, to be honest, I wouldn't have told my employers if my name. I need to get my name changed and I need to get it done, but I kind of want to get my name, my gender all done together. And I haven't thought of a middle name yet, which I want my parents to be involved in, but they're not accepting my transition yet, so. So yeah, I mean, if my name was changed legally, I don't think I'd bring it up. I mean, obviously you've got to show. Sorry, I burped. Obviously you've got to show photo identification, like a driver's license or a passport or something, just to prove you are who you say you are and stuff. But you know, if my gender wasn't changed, I don't think I'd say if my name was changed. I'd just be like, yeah, you know, what about it? So yeah, that's all I've got to say, really. And people are arseholes, to be honest. There are a lot of people who are arseholes and who think that they're not saying offensive things and they are, and pretend like it's a non-issue, but really they want to ask you every question under the sun. And you know, there are people who will talk about you behind your back, not necessarily mean way, but kind of, you know, just questioning other people about your gender or whatever, and that will happen if you decide to come out of work, or if you can't help but come out of work or whatever. But I haven't had any bad experiences, really. And I don't think at workplaces there'd be any like really bad, you know, cases or incidents, because it's a workplace and, you know, people pretend to be nice at work, really. So we're going to finish watching The Last Samurai, and I also have Chinese food to eat, so I'll see you all next week. Bye guys.